Pregnant mamas, there's a lot you can do to get relief from your low back pain in pregnancy. Low back pain in pregnancy can be debilitating. It can get in the way of everyday life, and for some women, it's so severe that they choose not to have any more kids. And because low back pain in pregnancy can affect up to 50 to 80% of pregnant women, we tend to be told that it's just a normal part of pregnancy. But it doesn't have to be a normal part of pregnancy. There's a lot we can do about it, and I'm going to share some of that with you right now. First, I want to share with you a teeny bit about why your low back might be hurting so much during your pregnancy. Then I'm going to teach you the exact routine I teach my students in the Empowered Birth course, which helps them relieve and reduce their back pain throughout the day. This routine only takes 5 minutes. It can be done anywhere. It doesn't require sitting on the floor or a yoga mat. It doesn't require any extra equipment, and it works. Stay until the end because I'm going to share with you a bonus tip that's going to help you ease low back pain and prepare for delivery at the same time. And as always, if there's any questions you have or topics that you want to see covered, please leave them in the comments. I read and respond to all of them. Many women tell me that they're so shocked by their low back pain in pregnancy because it feels like it literally came on overnight when they've never had back issues before. The reason for this is that for many women, the root cause of their back pain in pregnancy is misalignments in the hips, spine, and pelvic floor, which they had before even becoming pregnant. Just about everything in our modern culture, from how we sit, stand, breathe, stress, the shoes we wear, even some of our fitness routines, are causing almost all of us to have issues with our hips, our spine, and our pelvic floor. Let me quickly show you what I mean. The right posture for your body can be found by making sure that the hip bones on the sides line up with the pubic bone in the front, or they're in the same line. Remember all those things from our modern culture I talked about earlier? Those things tend to cause us to either tuck our tailbone under or stick our tailbone too far out, pulling us out of our nice healthy alignment. This causes all kinds of problems for our back muscles, our spine, our pelvic floor muscles, and our breathing. Then we become pregnant and our bodies undergo some pretty major changes. Hormones make our ligaments and joints more stretchy, and a growing baby pulls our body off our center of gravity. This just makes the pre-existing posture issues worse and results in pain. And guess what? If you're pregnant, it can make your pregnancy more uncomfortable, and it can make labor take longer because these misalignments I just demonstrated can make it harder for the baby to get in a good position at the time of delivery, and it can make it harder for the baby to move through the pelvic floor muscles at delivery. So let's take a look at this back pain relief routine of mine and see how it can help you. But first, very quickly, if we haven't met yet, I'm Jocelyn, a labor and delivery nurse and prenatal yoga instructor of 20 years. I have a birth preparation course that I've used for over 10 years now with women just like you to help them fully prepare their minds and bodies for a faster and easier delivery. It's called the Empowered Birth course, and if you're interested, check out the link in the description below. So our goal is to make sure that the muscles that are responsible for keeping our hips and our spine in just the right Goldilocks position are supple and strong. They're not too weak and they're not too strong. The muscles we want to think about that will keep us in the right alignment are the quads, the hamstrings, the glutes, the psoas, and several sets of back muscles. So here's your 5-minute routine to relax, release, and balance these muscles throughout the day. This should result in immediate pain relief and will help keep your low back healthy throughout your pregnancy. Let's start by releasing tight psoas muscles. Bring a stack of yoga blocks, a step stool, or a stack of blocks over to a wall or somewhere where you can hold on. Stand on this step with one leg, letting the other leg swing freely. Make sure you have enough space between your foot and the floor so that your swinging leg is completely free. And we'll continue this for about 20 swings on each side. Next, let's take a look at strengthening and stretching the hamstrings and several sets of back muscles. So to do this, we're going to come to the wall again, place our palms on the wall, and walk our feet out behind us, coming into an L shape, or about 90 degrees at the hips. If you find your back is rounding here, then go ahead and bend your knees so that you can have a long spine. You want the crown of the head traveling towards the wall and the tailbone traveling out behind you. And take about 10 deep breaths here, continuing to push into the wall with your palms letting the tailbone stretch the spine out behind you. And after you do 10 breaths here, we can bring a little bit of mobility into the pelvis and also strengthen our low belly muscles and our low back muscles by starting to tip the tailbone down to the ground and then go ahead and tip it up towards the ceiling, rocking the pelvis forward and back. You can let the spine round as you tip the pelvis down, and then lengthen the spine again as the pelvis tips towards the ceiling, almost like you're doing cat-cow from a standing position. This is creating mobility in your pelvis, and it's strengthening your low back and your low belly muscles. And it's also getting the baby off your spine, which should hopefully feel really good. To come out of this, you're going to bend your knees, place your hands on your thighs, and walk yourself up to standing. By the way, if you're liking this video so far, please like and subscribe so that you can continue to get videos about feeling your best in pregnancy and preparing for birth. Next, let's go ahead and release tight gluteal muscles. To do this, we're going to come to the wall and let our bottom smush up against the wall. Begin to sit down part way, so don't lower all the way down as if you were actually going to sit in a chair, just halfway down. You want to have good pressure or contact between your glutes and the wall, and we're simply rocking side to side, letting the pressure from the wall give us a little massage. This can really ease low back pain throughout the day if you're having tight gluteal muscles. And you can bring a little extra pressure here by making fists and placing them between the wall and your bottom for a little bit of a deeper massage, or to pinpoint an area that's particularly tender. And I would recommend doing this for as long as it feels good. You can even move the massage up into your low back by leaning back into the wall a little bit more. Lastly, we're going to release tight quads. And to do this, you're simply going to stand at the wall, bring your weight into one leg, bend the other, resting the foot in your hand. Let the tailbone tuck under, make sure that the bent knee is facing the ground, and you're just going to gently pull that foot in towards your glutes. Just a simple quad stretch. And don't forget to do both sides. So now we've addressed our quads, our hamstrings, our glutes, our back, our psoas, and our low belly in just these 4 poses. And these are all the muscles that are responsible for keeping the hips and the low back in just the right position. When these muscles are out of balance, we can have a lot of pain in our back during pregnancy. It can also impact our breathing, our pelvic floor health, and the ability of the baby to get into a good position for delivery. This combo of 4 very simple poses is a powerful way to bring relief to your low back, and it can be done anytime, anywhere. I hope you try this routine out, and I hope it brings you a lot of relief. Are you ready for your bonus tip? Learning how to release tight pelvic floor muscles can have a big impact on your low back pain and prepare for a faster and easier delivery. Pelvic floor muscle health is linked to low back pain, so taking care of your pelvic floor muscles during pregnancy is another way to reduce your pain. You can check out my video here to learn more about that. And if you think you're ready to dive into all the powerful ways you can prepare your body for a more comfortable pregnancy and a faster and easier delivery, then go ahead and click the link to the full Empowered Birth course in the description.